What's good people, I'm DT back with another video, and in this one I'll be showing y'all how to make trap beats from scratch right in FL with just stock plugins. So right off the bat I'm going to set my tempo to 150 BPM, and in this sampler channel you're going to want to click the stamp button right here and select the Aeolian scale so that we can work with a C minor scale. So you're going to want to punch in every C note in here till a couple of octaves, so we have a nice region to work with, and then select everything with Ctrl A and stretch it till 8 bars, so we have an 8 bar loop to work with. And finally just press Shift N on your keyboard to move out of the stamp mode so we don't punch in the scale every time in the piano roll. Moving on to the melody, I'm going to add in citrus. I found a cool bell preset in here called Tibetan under the bell section. And speaking about the melody, I don't have a particular direction in mind, but I'm just going to punch in some bell plugs and see where this goes. Shift D to shorten your notes. I'm going to loop this region, so let me add a note at the end and Ctrl L to stretch these out, and just press Ctrl B on your keyboard to duplicate that. Now I'm just going to add in some variations so that we don't have a monotonous loop. Let me move these notes up first, and for the next 4 bars I'll also change the root notes. So move this to D sharp and let's move that to G sharp, and add in 3 notes at the end for a good variation. Okay, so with that out of the way, you're going to want to press Ctrl Shift and highlight the starting notes and shift click them, that duplicates them, and press Ctrl and down on your keyboard to move them an octave down. So these are the root notes for our chords now, and to make chords just punch in every other note in the scale. It's as simple as that. And lastly, just select these root notes as well and duplicate them and bring them an octave down, so we have a good region in our melody to work with. So with our melody done, we can get rid of this sampler channel. And moving on to the drums, I'd like to go in with my 808s first. So what I do here is I just go into the melody and copy my root notes and place them in the 808s. Bring them an octave up and find a rhythm basically. I like how that sounds, so again Ctrl L to stretch these out and duplicate it and place it on our root note positions. One more thing I like to do with my drums is I bring the velocity all the way up. Again, it's a personal preference, you can choose to do it or not, it's your call. Moving on to the kick, I just copy the pattern over and Shift D to shorten the notes and Alt K on your keyboard to transpose every note to the C note, because we don't really want our kick, bending pitches every now and then. Next up, for the clap, I'm going to turn on loop mode right here, so I don't have to punch in this note every now and then in the piano roll. And bring the velocity up as well from here. Adding in the hi-hat, the open hat, and the snare as well. That out of the way, just select all these drum channels, right click the loop icon and select burn selected channels. So now they're in the piano roll punched for us, and Shift D to just bind these notes to the particular section of the piano roll. Again, I like to bring my velocities all the way up. to get rid of every other open head. So with this out of the way, just select every channel by double clicking on any channel in the channel rack and Control L to send everything to the mixer. So I'm going to mix this real quick and be back. So now that the beat is mixed, move on to the master channel and add a limiter in there. And I like to bring my envelope all the way down. And now we are just going to increase the gain from the limiter and finally add in a compressor to maximize our beat. Select the mastering 2.4 dB preset in here and we are good to go. With everything out of the way, just click this button right here, split everything according to the channels and open the playlist from here. Select everything and move it on to the playlist so we can move on to arranging the beat. Again, Control A to select everything, Control B to duplicate it a bunch of times, and let's move on to arranging this. Select the song mode in here and I'm just going to lay it down pretty quick. So one more thing I want to do is with the verse, I'm going to half speed everything so I have a good variation in here. So select my citrus channel and add groove speed in here. Go to momentary and select the half speed preset. Right click this knob and create automation clip. Now you're going to want to add in a point in here. So right click this. It's as easy as that, and finally add another point in here for the groove speed section to end. And with this section unchecked, this button unchecked, press C on your keyboard to bring in the slice tool and cut it here so that we can duplicate this section one more time. And finally open up the mixer and make an automation clip for the master volume as well. Again, right click here, select it, paste the value and just drag it down. So we are done with the beat now. If you found this helpful, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I'm just going to play the beat and peace.